Good evening. This is Poems from Me to You, formerly called Facebook Love, and this is number 330. Amazing. It's been almost 4 years. We're getting close to Christmas, which makes me think a lot about the human side of the story of Christmas. I pretty much can't stand the commercial side of Christmas, and it's not because I'm religious, though maybe that's part of it. A lot of what Christmas seems to me to be about is just running around, spending money, feeling a little rushed, feeling obligated, and it just feels empty. It doesn't feel like it means anything to me. I have always loved the very human story of a poor family who has to show up in the town of the man's ancestors for the census, which is government stuff. I'm not anti-government, but there's nothing like sentimental or gifty about that. It's an obligation. But this particular poor family, the young woman is extremely pregnant and traveling a great distance to a small town where there's nowhere to stay because of the census. That's an interesting story to me. The idea that a baby was born into a smelly, thrown together shelter meant for animals, visited by shepherds, who were people who were considered undesirables, and then by angels, which sound terrifying, and followed by a star, which scholars were interested in. That's an interesting story. And because I'm from a background where church was a really big part of my life, I love the music and the gathering of people. So that's really where my heart is this time of year, is bringing people together, singing songs, and thinking about what really matters. So I have 2 poems for you today. One is by a poet named Kaitlin Shetler, and the other one is by Mary Oliver, no surprise. Whenever I feel the need for comfort or a sense of perspective, I often land with Mary Oliver, no surprise. So first, the Kaitlin Shetler poem. I don't know that it has a title. I call it the Mary Mother of Jesus poem, but I'm not even sure if that's correct. Here it is. Sometimes I wonder if Mary breastfed Jesus, if she cried out when he bit her, or if she sobbed when he would not latch. And sometimes I wonder if this is all too vulgar to ask in a church full of men without milk stains on their shirts or coconut oil on their breasts, preaching from pulpits off limits to the Mother of God. But then I think of feeding Jesus, birthing Jesus, the expulsion of blood and smell of sweat, the salt of a mother's tears onto the soft head of the salt of the earth, feeling lonely and tired, hungry, annoyed, overwhelmed, loving. And I think if the vulgarity of birth is not honestly preached by men who carry power but not burden, who carry privilege but not labor, who carry authority but not submission, then it should not be preached at all. Because the real scandal of the birth of God lies in the cracked nipples of a 14-year-old and not in the sermons of ministers who say women are too delicate to lead. A poem by Kaitlin Shetler. I think about that a lot. I think about the idea that whatever you think Jesus is he the Son of God? Is he the Son of Man? Is he human? Is he more than human? Is he extra human? Did he come to sacrifice himself for us? Did he come to show us what love really means? Is it just a story of a human who was destroyed by a government that didn't want people stirring up the common people? The human part of it is the part that really gets to me. The spiritual part, the idea of a maker who wants to be closer to the creation, a maker who wants to be in creation, of creation, with creation. That's the story for me. So, the Mary Oliver poem. This is from the book Blue Horses. I know you never intended to be in this world, but you're in it all the same. So why not get started immediately? I mean, belonging to it. There is so much to admire, to weep over, and to write music or poems about. Bless the feet that take you to and fro. Bless the eyes and the listening ears. Bless the tongue, the marvel of taste. Bless touching. You could live 100 years. It's happened. Or not. I am speaking from the fortunate platform of many years, none of which I think I ever wasted. Do you need a prod? Do you need a little darkness to get you going? Let me be as urgent as a knife then, and remind you of Keats, so single of purpose and thinking for a while. He had a lifetime. A poem by Mary Oliver from Blue Horses. We do go from day to day thinking that there will always be one more day. I have had friends become ill with cancer and other kinds of injuries where they knew that they were going to die. And then you end up thinking a lot about what that means to know that time is short. It's not a new question. What if you live as if you don't know how much time you have, but it's going to be short? What would you do? What if you chose, this is nothing new, but what if you chose to live as if you knew time was short? What would you stop doing and what would you start doing? For me, a lot of Christmas is that. This is Poems from Me to You, pensively, number 330. I'll see you again.